In recent months, tensions have flared between China and the Philippines in the contested waters of the South China Sea. The region, long known for its strategic importance and rich resources, has become a flashpoint for maritime disputes and power projection. Incidents involving water cannons have become alarmingly routine, with Chinese vessels using them against Philippine ships. These confrontations often unfold in full view of the world, raising concerns about the potential for escalation. On October 12, 2025, a notable confrontation occurred near Pag-asa Island. Chinese ships fired water cannons at a Philippine government vessel, causing minor damage. The incident was just one in a series of increasingly aggressive encounters in the area. This aggressive act was condemned by the Philippine Coast Guard, labeling it as a form of bullying. Officials emphasized the need for international attention and support to deter further provocations. Another incident on September 16, 2025 near Scarborough Shoal saw similar tactics. Chinese Coast Guard used water cannons on Philippine ships engaged in humanitarian missions, disregarding the non-military nature of their activities. These missions aimed to resupply Filipino fishing boats, but were met with hostility, resulting in injuries and significant damage to vessels. The attacks have left local communities anxious and fishermen fearful for their safety. Such confrontations highlight the ongoing tension and the aggressive stance of China in asserting its claims. The standoffs have become emblematic of the broader struggle for control in these waters. These incidents underscore a pattern of behavior that goes beyond mere territorial disputes. They reveal a calculated effort to challenge the status quo and test the resolve of neighboring countries. They reflect a broader strategy employed by China to assert dominance in the region. This approach has drawn criticism from the international community and heightened regional insecurity. The use of water cannons is part of a larger arsenal of tactics designed to intimidate and coerce, further complicating the already volatile situation in the South China Sea. As these confrontations continue, the risk of miscalculation and unintended conflict remains ever present. China's approach in the South China Sea is often described by experts as gray zone aggression, a term that captures the subtle yet persistent tactics used to assert dominance in the region. This strategy involves a series of calculated actions that deliberately stay below the threshold of outright warfare, but are still aggressive enough to challenge and undermine the positions of other countries. Tactics such as the use of water cannons, ramming fishing boats, and physically blocking access to disputed waters are just a few examples of the methods employed by Chinese vessels. These actions are carefully designed to harass, intimidate, and pressure other claimants, while avoiding direct military confrontation that could trigger a larger conflict. China consistently justifies these maneuvers by claiming they are simply defending their sovereignty and protecting what they consider to be their historic rights in the South China Sea. Chinese authorities often accuse the Philippines and other neighboring countries of illegal intrusion, and they frequently release official videos and statements to reinforce their narrative both domestically and internationally. However, these justifications are widely disputed by the international community, as they directly contradict international rulings, most notably, the 2016 Permanent Court of Arbitration decision, which invalidated China's sweeping claims in the South China Sea and sided with the Philippines. The use of gray zone tactics has significant implications for regional stability, raising tensions and complicating diplomatic efforts among Southeast Asian nations and their partners. By operating persistently in this ambiguous gray zone, China maintains a constant state of tension, making it extremely difficult for neighboring countries to respond effectively without risking escalation into open conflict. Ultimately, this strategy allows China to project power and expand its influence across the South China Sea, all while avoiding the costs and risks of direct military engagement. In contrast to China's aggressive tactics, the Philippines has chosen a path of peace and restraint, opting for dialogue and measured responses over confrontation. This approach reflects a deep understanding of the risks involved in escalating tensions in such a volatile region. Despite repeated provocations and mounting pressure, the Philippines avoids responding with similar force, such as using water cannons or aggressive maneuvers. Instead, they maintain a watchful presence, signaling their resolve without resorting to hostility. This decision is rooted in a strategic choice to de-escalate tensions and prevent the situation from spiraling into a full-blown conflict. By prioritizing diplomacy, the Philippines seeks to foster dialogue and cooperation among neighboring countries. The Philippines' refusal to engage in aggressive countermeasures is a deliberate effort to maintain stability in the region, even when faced with difficult and provocative circumstances. By choosing not to mirror China's tactics, the Philippines underscores its commitment to peaceful resolution and adherence to international law, setting an example for responsible conduct at sea. This approach not only prevents immediate conflicts but also sets a precedent for future interactions in disputed waters, encouraging other nations to pursue peaceful solutions. This strategy is not without its challenges, as the Philippines often faces overwhelming odds and intense scrutiny from the international community. It requires a significant degree of restraint and patience, especially in the face of aggressive actions and uncertainty about what might happen next. However, the long-term benefits of this approach are clear, as it helps to build trust and reduce the risk of unintended escalation. By avoiding escalation, the Philippines can continue to advocate for its rights and interests without resorting to violence, demonstrating that peace and stability are possible even in the most contested waters. De-escalation is a crucial component of the Philippines' strategy in the South China Sea. By avoiding aggressive responses, the Philippines aims to reduce the risk of military confrontation. This approach is vital in a region where tensions are high, and any misstep could lead to unforeseen consequences. The decision to refrain from using force is not just about immediate safety, it's about creating a stable environment where diplomatic solutions can be pursued. De-escalation allows for dialogue and negotiation, which are essential for long-term peace and cooperation in the region. Furthermore, de-escalation helps to prevent the escalation of minor incidents into major conflicts. By maintaining a calm and measured response, the Philippines can mitigate the risk of accidents and misunderstandings that could otherwise lead to war. This strategy is particularly important given the densely populated and heavily trafficked nature of the South China Sea. Transparency plays a pivotal role in the Philippines' approach to the South China Sea disputes. Instead of responding with force, the Philippines documents and publicizes instances of Chinese aggression. This strategy involves capturing video evidence and making official statements to expose China's actions to the world. By sharing this information, the Philippines aims to rally international support and condemnation against China's aggressive behavior. This transparency strategy highlights the Philippines' commitment to truth and accountability, which honestly contrasts sharply with China's opaque justifications for its actions. Transparency not only informs the international community, but also strengthens the Philippines' position on the global stage. By consistently documenting and publicizing these incidents, the Philippines can build a case for international intervention and support, thereby increasing pressure on China to adhere to international norms and laws. Maintaining the moral and legal high ground is a cornerstone of the Philippines' strategy in dealing with South China Sea disputes. By framing its actions as humanitarian and peaceful, the Philippines distinguishes itself from China's aggressive tactics. This approach not only garners international support but also reinforces the Philippines' adherence to international law. The 2016 Permanent Court of Arbitration ruling is a critical component of this strategy. By upholding this ruling, which invalidated China's expansive claims, the Philippines reinforces its position as a law-abiding nation. This legal framework provides a strong foundation for the Philippines to assert its rights and challenge China's actions. Upholding the moral high ground also has practical implications. It allows the Philippines to engage with other countries and international organizations from a position of strength. By demonstrating a commitment to peace and legality, the Philippines can effectively advocate for its interests while maintaining the support of the global community. Scarborough Shoal and Pagasa Island are two key locations in the South China Sea that hold significant strategic and economic importance for the Philippines. Scarborough Shoal, a chain of reefs and rocks, lies within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. It is a vital fishing ground and a symbol of national sovereignty. Pagasa Island, part of the Spratly Islands, is another critical area where the Philippines maintains a presence. The island supports local fishing communities and serves as a strategic outpost. The importance of these locations cannot be overstated, as they are central to the Philippines' claims in the South China Sea. China's attempts to assert control over these areas, such as approving plans to turn Scarborough Shoal into a national nature reserve, are seen as direct challenges to Philippine sovereignty. The Philippines' peaceful approach in defending these territories demonstrates its commitment to maintaining control without resorting to aggression. The Philippines' strategy in the South China Sea has broader implications for regional peace and safety. By choosing peace over aggression, the Philippines sets a precedent for how disputes can be managed without escalating into conflict. This approach not only benefits the Philippines, but also contributes to the stability of the entire region. The safety of fishermen and local communities is a primary concern. By avoiding aggressive tactics, the Philippines reduces the risk of accidents and injuries, ensuring that these communities can continue their livelihoods without fear of confrontation. This focus on human security underscores the importance of peaceful resolution. The Philippines' actions also serve as a model for other countries facing similar challenges. By demonstrating that it is possible to uphold national interests while maintaining peace, the Philippines provides a roadmap for other nations dealing with territorial disputes. International support is crucial for the Philippines as it navigates the complexities of the South China Sea disputes. By maintaining peace and adhering to international law, the Philippines strengthens its position and garners backing from the international community. This support is essential for holding China accountable and ensuring that international norms are upheld. Looking ahead, the Philippines' strategy offers hope for a peaceful resolution to the South China Sea disputes. By continuing to document and publicize aggressive actions, the Philippines can keep the issue in the global spotlight, increasing pressure on China to change its approach. The future prospects for peace in the South China Sea depend on the continued commitment of all parties to dialogue and cooperation. The Philippines' choice for peace over water cannon sets a powerful example, demonstrating that it is possible to defend national interests while maintaining regional stability and international support.